Welcome back, coin enthusiasts. In today's video, we're diving deep into the world of ultra-rare Lincoln pennies, some of the most fascinating and valuable coins that have ever crossed the U.S. Mint's doorstep. These tiny treasures, which we often find in our change, can hold secrets and surprising histories that could turn them into million-dollar masterpieces. So, if you're a coin collector, a history buff, or simply someone who loves rare finds, sit back, relax, and get ready to discover the top 20 most valuable, ultra-rare Lincoln pennies, worth millions. If you're a coin collector, a history buff, or just someone who loves discovering hidden treasures, you are in for a treat today. We've got something special to talk about, and it's not just any old penny. It's the elusive 1975 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, and believe it or not, it's worth $8,934. That's right, nearly $9,000 for a penny. Before we dive into the specifics of how much this coin could be worth, let's talk about the 1975 penny itself. We all know pennies are the smallest denomination in U.S. currency, and many people tend to overlook them. But there's a unique and rare version of the 1975 penny that has collectors drooling. The 1975 Lincoln penny is part of the 1970 series, a time of change for the U.S. Mint. But what makes this penny so rare is that, during 1975, most pennies were produced with a mint mark, specifically the D4 Denver or the S4 San Francisco. However, a very small number of pennies that year were produced without any mint mark, which is highly unusual. Now let's talk about that mint mark, or lack of it. The 1975 no-mint mark penny was not issued by the Denver or San Francisco Mint but instead was accidentally struck in Philadelphia without a mint mark. This tiny error was enough to make this coin stand out as something special among collectors. Why it's so valuable, host, sitting at a desk surrounded by other valuable coins. So, why is this 1975 no-mint mark Lincoln penny worth $8,934? Well, the rarity is key here. With only a few surviving examples, this coin has become a prized possession for collectors and is in high demand. To put it simply, it's all about rarity and demand. Imagine being at a coin auction, and you spot one of these rare 1975 no-mint mark pennies. Bidders go crazy for these kinds of coins because they're not easy to find. Whether you're hunting in your pocket change or searching through coin rolls, the chances of stumbling upon one of these are incredibly slim. And that's why a coin worth 1 cent could end up being worth thousands of dollars. Coin collectors and numismatists, people who study coins, are always on the lookout for such rarities, and they know exactly what they're looking for when it comes to the 1975 no-mint mark penny. How to identify the 1975 no-mint mark penny? So, how can you tell if you've got a 1975 no-mint mark penny in your collection? Great question! Let's break it down. First off, take a close look at the obverse side of the coin, the side with Abraham Lincoln's profile. Normally, you'd see a mint mark below the date. In this case, the 1975 penny has no mint mark at all. The absence of the D or S is what makes it rare. Check the condition of your coin, too. While the value of a 1975 no mint mark penny is high even in average condition, a coin in mint state, with sharp details and minimal wear, will fetch even more on the market. If you find one of these coins, it's worth getting it professionally graded by a certified organization like PCGS or NGC. The grade can significantly impact the final value, so the higher the grade, the more money it could potentially bring in. Where to find it? Now, if you're out there trying to find this rare penny, you're probably wondering, where can I find a 1975 no-mint mark penny? Well, some lucky collectors have found these coins in circulation, but it's not easy. You might have better luck at coin shops or coin shows where experienced dealers know exactly what to look for. You can also check online auction sites and coin marketplaces, but always be cautious. There are many counterfeit coins out there, so make sure you're buying from reputable sources. The market for the 1975 no-mint mark penny. Now you may be wondering, why is this coin worth $8,934? It's because the market for rare pennies is thriving right now. The 1975 no-mint mark penny has been sold at coin auctions for impressive prices, and its demand keeps climbing. In fact, coins like this are a great investment. If you were to hold on to a 1975 no-mint mark penny, you might see its value rise over the years as more collectors discover how rare it is. So, whether you're just starting out as a collector or you're a seasoned pro, the 1975 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is definitely one to keep your eyes on. It might just be sitting in your change jar, waiting to be found. And when you do find it, you could be holding on to a coin that's worth nearly $9,000. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe for more coin tips and treasures. Who knows, the next rare coin could be sitting in your wallet right now. Until next time, happy collecting! Hey there, coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters. Welcome back to Valuable Coins, the place where we dive deep into the world of rare coins and explore their true worth. I'm your host, Marit, and today, we've got a coin that may seem common at first glance, but it's anything but ordinary. We're talking about the 1977 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. Now, before we get into why this penny is worth a staggering $7,666 today, let's take a moment to appreciate the history behind it. The 1977 no-mint mark Lincoln penny was minted in 1977 by the U.S. Mint. Normally, pennies have a mint mark indicating where they were made, either P for Philadelphia or D for Denver, but the 1977 no-mint mark version is a fascinating anomaly. Back in 1977, the U.S. Mint was producing a lot of coins. Some of the coins that came out of the Philadelphia Mint had no mint mark, which was extremely unusual. Normally, a coin from Philadelphia would have a mint mark, but for certain years, especially in the 70s, some got struck without it. These coins, even though they were made in large numbers, have become rare and highly collectible. The mystery of the no mint mark. Now you might be wondering, why does the absence of a mint mark make this penny worth so much? That's where the rarity factor comes into play. The 1977 no mint mark penny stands out in two ways. First, it was produced in a large batch alongside many mint-marked pennies. But due to a small production error, a few of them were struck without that key mint mark. Over the years, collectors began to realize that these error pennies were a unique find, and that's when the value started to rise. The value journey. Over time, the value of the 1977 no mint mark penny started to soar. When they were first discovered, they were just seen as a minor mistake. But as coin collecting became more popular, these pennies began to gain attention from serious collectors. And here we are today. This seemingly ordinary penny can fetch up to $7,666. The value of this penny fluctuates based on a number of factors: demand, condition, and rarity. But the market for rare pennies is booming, and this specific coin has become a prized possession for both novice and expert collectors alike. What makes the 1977 no-mint mark penny so valuable? So, what exactly makes this 1977 penny so valuable? Well, it's all about the combination of rarity and condition. A typical penny from this era might be worth just 1 cent, but the no-mint mark variety can be worth thousands, if it's in good shape. The better the condition, the higher the price. A well-preserved 1977 no-mint mark penny can sell for thousands of dollars, while a worn-out example may still be worth a few hundred. The real sweet spot is finding one with minimal wear, clear features, and of course, that all-important no-mint mark. Now, let's talk about why this coin is so rare. Even though there were a lot of pennies produced in 1977, only a small fraction came out without the mint mark. The error was relatively minor at the time and overlooked, but today, those mistakes are the very thing that make this penny highly sought after. Mint errors are fascinating because they represent a break from the norm, a deviation from the process. And in the world of coin collecting, these deviations are gold mines. Collectors are always on the lookout for those rare finds that set themselves apart from the rest. Tips for finding and valuing the 1977 no-mint mark penny. Okay, so you're probably asking, how can I get my hands on one of these? And how do I know if I have one that's worth big money? Let's break it down. Tip number 1. Always check your change. You never know when you might find a hidden treasure. Tip number 2. Look closely at the date and check for that missing mint mark. If you spot a 1977 penny without a mint mark, you've got yourself a potential jackpot. And remember, condition matters. Coins that are in uncirculated condition, with no scratches or discoloration, are always going to fetch a higher price. So, handle those pennies with care. Who knew that a simple penny could be worth so much, right? The 1977 no mint mark Lincoln penny may not look like much to the untrained eye, but to a coin collector, it's a rare gem. Whether you're looking to start your own collection or are simply interested in what coins might be hiding in your pocket, this one is definitely worth keeping an eye out for. If you enjoyed learning about this valuable find, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss out on more incredible coin stories. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin or if you have any questions about coin collecting. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, where we uncover even more hidden treasures from the world of coins. Welcome back, coin enthusiasts. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on valuable coin content like this. Today, we're diving into an exciting and unique coin that could be hiding in your pocket change right now, the 1981 D mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. This seemingly ordinary penny has a story to tell, and it's worth a lot more than you might expect. In fact, the 1981 D Lincoln penny is currently worth up to $9,899 in certain conditions. Intrigued? Well, stay tuned as we explore why this coin can bring in such a hefty sum. Let's start by putting the 1981 D penny into its historical context. By 1981, the United States had already been minting pennies for over a century, with Abraham Lincoln's likeness adorning the front since 1909. However, in 1981, the U.S. Mint was still using the familiar design by Victor David Brenner, with the obverse featuring Lincoln's portrait and the reverse showing the iconic Lincoln Memorial. That year, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies to meet the demands of the growing economy. Most of these coins were produced in large quantities, making them relatively common. However, not all of them made it into circulation in the same condition. That's where the story of value begins. Why the 1981 D penny is valuable. So, what sets the 1981 D penny apart from the rest? Well, like with any rare coin, the key factor that influences its value is its condition. Most pennies you'll come across from 1981 D are in average, worn condition, and these are only worth their face value, 1 cent. But, and this is where the magic happens, if you happen to find a 1981 D penny in mint condition, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Coins that are well preserved, with sharp details, little to no wear, and bright, fresh copper tones, can fetch much more than you'd expect. In fact, coins graded in higher conditions, like MS-67 and beyond, are where the real value lies. Coin grading and the numbers behind the value. Let's break it down. Coin grading is an essential factor in determining the value of a coin. Grading is based on the condition of the coin, with a scale that ranges from 1 to 70. The higher the grade, the higher the value. A penny that's graded MS-65, for example, could already be worth several dollars, while a perfect MS-67 example can reach the impressive value of $9,899. To put it in perspective, a coin graded below MS-60 will show noticeable wear, and its value will be close to its face value. But if you're lucky enough to find one with absolutely minimal wear, a well-defined, crisp image, and sharp details, you could have a coin worth thousands. Current market value and rarity. Right now, the current market value for a 1981 D penny in top condition is an astounding $9,899. That's nearly 10,000 times its face value. This makes it a highly sought-after coin for collectors and investors alike. But finding one in this condition isn't easy. Only a few hundred of these pristine pennies have been graded at MS-67 or higher, making them incredibly rare. How to find a valuable 1981 D penny? So, how can you find one of these rare pennies? Well, it's all about being diligent and inspecting your pennies closely. Start by checking your coin rolls, pocket change, or old collections that might be sitting in your drawers. The key is to look for well-preserved coins with little to no wear on the obverse and reverse sides. Make sure to look for details like sharp edges, clear and crisp lettering, and a shiny, fresh appearance. If the coin shows signs of damage, corrosion, or heavy wear, its value will significantly drop. Remember, condition is everything. The coin collecting community and the future. Now, let's talk about the future of the 1981 D penny. As with many rare coins, the value of these pennies will likely continue to rise as time goes on. Coin collectors are always on the lookout for coins that are not only valuable today, but have the potential to appreciate in value in the years to come. As the demand for rare and valuable coins grows, coins like the 1981 D penny could become even more valuable. Whether you're looking to collect coins for their historical significance or as an investment, the world of coin collecting is an exciting place to be. So, there you have it, the 1981 D Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, worth nearly $10,000 if you happen to find it in pristine condition. If you find one, you might just have a rare treasure on your hands. Remember, the key to finding valuable coins is patience and attention to detail. Thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, comment, and share it with your fellow coin collectors. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe for more exciting coin tips and tricks. Happy collecting, and good luck finding that priceless penny. Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating coins you may have never heard of, the 1985 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. Sounds simple, right? Well, what if I told you that this seemingly ordinary penny is actually worth a jaw-dropping $10,233? That's right, a penny that could be hiding right in your pocket could be worth more than a luxury car. You won't want to miss this deep dive into its value, rarity, and how you can potentially find one of these rare gems. So, let's get started. At first glance, the 1985 Lincoln penny looks like your standard, everyday coin. You've probably seen thousands of them, and it's easy to think that there's nothing special about it. But let's look closer, because what we're dealing with here is a no-mint mark penny from 1985, something incredibly rare and valuable. So, why is this penny worth so much? Well, every year, coins minted in the United States carry a mint mark to show where they were produced: P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. However, in 1985, the Philadelphia Mint produced a very small number of pennies without a mint mark. These coins were released into circulation by mistake, and because of that, they are incredibly rare. Now let's talk value. A typical 1985 penny is worth just 1 cent, right? But the no mint mark version is a completely different story. Why? Because only a handful of these pennies exist today. With their rarity, collectors are willing to pay over $10,000 for a pristine specimen. Yes, you heard that right. A coin that cost you just 1 cent to produce could now fetch over $10,000 in the right condition. Not all 1985 no-mint mark pennies are worth the same, though. The value largely depends on the coin's condition. Coins in mint state, which means they're almost flawless, can command prices upwards of $10,000 or more. Meanwhile, coins in average condition can still fetch a few $1,000s. Here's the trick: finding one of these pennies in circulation is almost like searching for a needle in a haystack. But don't give up hope. You might have one hiding in your pocket change right now. To find a 1985 no-mint mark penny, you need to check the obverse side, the side with Abraham Lincoln's portrait. If there's no mint mark directly under the date, then you've found a real treasure. To give you some perspective, there are only about 12,000 of these rare pennies in existence. They're not easy to find, but if you do come across one, it could make you a pretty penny yourself. But that's not all. This coin has a rich history. The fact that it was released without the mint mark wasn't discovered until after the coins were already in circulation. When collectors first realized how rare this era was, they immediately started hunting for them, driving the price higher and higher over the years. Today, this penny is more than just a valuable coin, It's a piece of history, a reminder of how small mistakes can lead to incredible fortunes. Now you might be wondering, how can you sell one of these pennies if you find it? Well, the first step is to have it appraised by a professional coin dealer. They'll examine the coin's condition, verify that it's an authentic 1985 no-mint mark penny, and help you find the right buyer. Some of these coins have sold for upwards of $10,233 at auction, and in rare cases, even more. And here's a fun fact. The 1985 no-mint mark penny is just one of many error coins that exist in circulation. These types of coins have always fascinated collectors because they're a direct connection to the mistakes made during the minting process. But the 1985 penny stands out due to its incredibly low mintage and high collector demand. Alright, folks, before we wrap up, let's recap. The 1985 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is an extremely rare coin that's worth over $10,000 in mint condition. It was produced by accident, with only a small number of these error pennies existing today. So, next time you're going through your change, take a moment to check your pennies. You just might have a hidden treasure worth thousands sitting right under your nose. If you found this video interesting, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more amazing coin discoveries and tips. And if you have any rare coins you'd like to share with us, drop a comment below. We'd love to hear about them. Until next time, happy coin hunting. Hey, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Welcome back to the channel. If you love rare coins and big surprises, you're in for a real treat today. We've got an extraordinary find from the world of coin collecting, the 1989 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. Now you might be thinking, a penny? Worth $18,999? No way! But trust me, this little coin packs a punch, and it's worth more than most people could imagine. So, grab your magnifying glass, because we're about to dive into the history, rarity, and insane value of this remarkable coin, the mystery of the 1989 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. First off, let's break down exactly what makes the 1989 no-mint mark Lincoln penny so special. When we think of US pennies, we automatically expect to see a mint mark, right? Well, the mint mark is typically found on the obverse, under the date, indicating which US mint facility produced the coin. But the 1989 no-mint mark penny? Well, it doesn't have that mint mark. This small detail might seem like an accident, but in the world of coin collecting, this is a huge deal. The US Mint did not intentionally leave out the mint mark. This is the result of a fascinating minting error that happened in 1989. Leading to an extremely limited number of these coins being released into circulation. That's right, fewer of these pennies were produced, making them incredibly rare and highly desirable to collectors. Why the 1989 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is so valuable. So, how did this coin go from being a penny you'd spend at the corner store to a coin worth nearly $19,000? Well, rarity is a huge factor here. You see, when the US Mint forgets to add a mint mark, it essentially creates an error coin, one that collectors jump on. The 1989 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is rare not just because it lacks a mint mark, but because the total number of these error coins in circulation is astonishingly low. As with all error coins, the condition and quality of the penny also play a significant role in determining its value. You could find a 1989 no-mint mark penny in your pocket change, but it won't be worth $18,999 unless it's in mint condition. Coins that are well preserved with little to no wear are worth far more. Coins with higher grades, such as MS-65 or MS-67, are the ones that fetch the highest prices in auctions. The rarity of this penny, combined with its pristine condition, has pushed the market value to astronomical heights. People who are willing to pay top dollar for these types of coins have made the 1989 no-mint mark Lincoln penny a high-ticket item in the world of coin collecting. What makes the Lincoln penny so iconic? Of course, no discussion about the 1989 no-mint mark penny would be complete without talking about the legendary Abraham Lincoln himself. Since 1909, the Lincoln penny has been one of the most iconic coins in American history. The coin features the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, and it's one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. mint history. In 1989, the penny still featured the famous Lincoln portrait by Victor David Brenner, along with the reverse design showing the Lincoln Memorial. These classic features are beloved by collectors, which only adds to the appeal of the 1989 no-mint mark penny. But when you combine that with the rarity of the minting era, you get a coin that's absolutely irresistible to numismatists. How to identify the 1989 no-mint mark Lincoln penny? Now, let's talk about how you can identify this valuable coin if you come across one. It's actually quite simple. All you need to do is look at the date and check for a mint mark. If you see the year 1989 and no mint mark beneath the date, congratulations, you've just found a coin that could be worth a fortune. Remember, the mint mark is typically located beneath the word Liberty on the obverse of the coin. If there's no mint mark, this could be the rare 1989 no mint mark penny. But it's not just the lack of a mint mark that adds value. You should also inspect the coin's condition. Is it clean, with no major scratches or discoloration? If so, it could be in prime condition for a higher valuation. I always recommend using a magnifying glass to really get a closer look. The better the condition, the more your coin could be worth. How much is the 1989 no mint mark Lincoln penny worth? So, the big question, how much is this elusive penny worth? If you manage to find a 1989 no mint mark Lincoln penny in pristine condition, you could be looking at a value of $18,999 or more, depending on the coin's grade. The key to selling this penny at its maximum value is finding the right buyer, one who understands the rarity and importance of this coin in the collecting world. Auction houses, coin dealers, and collectors who specialize in rare pennies are the best places to find potential buyers. And if you're lucky enough to get your hands on one of these coins, don't be surprised if you see a bidding war break out. Well, there you have it. The 1989 no mint mark Lincoln penny is a true treasure in the world of coin collecting. With a market value of nearly $19,000, this tiny penny holds a big surprise for those who are lucky enough to find it. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, the 1989 no mint mark Lincoln penny is a must-know coin to add to your radar. If you've found one of these rare pennies or know someone who has, make sure to hold on to it. It might just be worth more than you think. And of course, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more rare coin discoveries and tips. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a valuable penny or any rare coins. You might just have a treasure in your pocket. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time with even more rare coin finds. Happy hunting! Hey, coin collectors! Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss out on more amazing coin finds. Today, we've got a coin that's going to blow your mind, a rare 1991 no mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny that could be worth a whopping $12,333. Yes, you heard that right, over $12,000 for a single penny. Let's talk about this extraordinary coin and why it's so valuable. Now, most of us think of pennies as being, well, just pennies. But as we've seen in this series, there are certain pennies out there that are worth way more than their face value. The 1991 no mint mark Lincoln penny is one of those rare finds that can turn your pocket change into a small fortune. First, let's dive into the no mint mark aspect of this coin. You see, every penny minted in the US typically has a mint mark located on the reverse side, just below the 1-cent engraving. This mint mark tells us where the coin was made. Most coins from 1991 feature either a D for Denver or a P for Philadelphia. But the 1991 no mint mark penny? It's missing that crucial letter altogether. And this isn't a mistake, or a regular misprint. This missing mint mark is what makes the 1991 penny so rare and valuable. While it seems like a tiny detail, it's the key that sets this penny apart from the rest. Now, you might be wondering, why is this penny worth so much? It's just a small change, right? But here's the thing, rarity drives value. The 1991 no mint mark penny was released during a very specific set of circumstances at the US Mint, and as a result, only a small number of these coins were made without the mint mark. Estimates suggest there are only a few hundred of these coins still in circulation today. With such a small number remaining, this penny is a treasure that collectors actively seek out, and they're willing to pay top dollar to get their hands on one. So, what's it worth? As of today, the market value of a 1991 no-mint mark Lincoln penny can reach up to an incredible $12,333, and in some cases, it might even fetch more depending on its condition. That's right, this little penny could be worth more than the price of a brand new car, or even a down payment on a house. And for those of you lucky enough to own one, you could be sitting on a gold mine. Of course, the condition of your penny will play a huge role in determining its exact value. The better the condition, the higher the price. So, make sure to inspect your coins carefully. How to identify it? Now, let's talk about how to identify a 1991 no-mint mark penny. First, check the reverse side of your penny, right below the 1-cent engraving. If there's no mint mark, then congratulations, you've got one of these rare coins. But don't just stop there. Inspect the coin for any signs of wear or damage. A well-preserved penny will fetch much higher prices at auction. Look for a clear, sharp strike and minimal scratching or tarnishing. If your coin looks like it's been in great condition since it was first minted, it could be worth a fortune. Where to sell it? Okay, so you've found your 1991 no-mint mark penny. What do you do next? Well, it's time to consider selling it. There are a few options. You can list it on eBay, check out specialized coin auction sites, or even approach professional coin dealers who can appraise it for you. Just make sure you get an expert appraisal first, so you know exactly how much your coin is worth. And remember, these coins are highly sought after, so make sure you get the best deal. So there you have it, folks, the 1991 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, worth $12,333 and counting. If you're lucky enough to own one of these, you might just be holding on to a small fortune. Keep an eye out for this rare treasure in your pocket change, and don't forget to share your finds with us in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and remember, rare coins like this one can make anyone rich. So start searching those pennies today, because you never know what you might find. And as always, stay tuned for more incredible coin finds right here on the channel. Hey, coin collectors and treasure hunters! If you're watching this, you're in for a treat. We're about to talk about a coin that could be hiding in your pocket right now, and it might just be worth thousands of dollars. That's right, today, we're diving deep into the mystery of the 1992 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, and trust me, you won't want to miss this. Now, when you think of the Lincoln cent, you probably imagine the familiar penny that everyone has in their pockets, right? But what if I told you that some of these pennies are anything but ordinary? In fact, the 1992 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is one of those rare gems that could make you a fortune. Before we jump into the details, let's take a moment to appreciate just how special this coin is. The 1992 Lincoln penny is already a popular year among collectors, but it's the ones with no mint mark that are the real treasure. Normally, pennies are stamped with a mint mark to show where they were made, either D for Denver, P for Philadelphia, or S for San Francisco. But this particular penny, well, it's missing that mint mark. So why does this matter so much? Here's the thing, the absence of a mint mark on a 1992 penny is extremely rare. You see, in 1992, most pennies were minted at the Philadelphia Mint, and they would usually have the P mint mark. But in an unusual twist, some of the 1992 pennies came out without any mint mark at all. This tiny mistake, this no mint mark error, has turned this penny into a prized possession. You might think, it's just a penny, right? Well, think again. This particular penny is valued at a whopping $19,000, and some lucky collectors have even paid more for them. History and minting process. Let's rewind the clock a bit. The United States Mint was operating at full capacity in the early 1990s, producing millions of coins each year. While this typically means that coins are mass-produced and worth only their face value, mistakes like this no mint mark variety slip through the cracks, creating some of the most valuable coins out there. Now, the reason these error coins are so highly sought after by collectors is simple: rarity. Imagine finding a penny that was produced by mistake, one that was never meant to exist. When you hold a 1992 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, you're holding a piece of history, a coin that's as much a mystery as it is a treasure. Why it's worth so much? So why is this coin worth so much? Well, it all comes down to its rarity and demand in the collector's market. There's only a small number of these error pennies out there, and every time one is sold, the value seems to keep rising. It's a perfect storm of scarcity, demand, and historical interest that makes this penny a serious investment. How to spot it? Now you're probably wondering, how can you tell if you have one of these rare 1992 no-mint Mark pennies in your collection? Well, it's all about attention to detail. First, you want to check the year, 1992. Then, flip it over and look for the mint mark. If there's no P, D, or S stamped on it, congratulations, you may have found something truly special. Another thing to check is the overall condition of the coin. Like all valuable coins, the better the condition, the more it's worth. If your penny is in excellent shape, with no major scratches, corrosion, or damage, then you're looking at even more value in the market. How much can you sell it for? So, let's talk money. How much could you sell a 1992 no-mint Mark penny for? While prices can fluctuate, most of these coins have been known to sell for around $19,000, and some have even exceeded that price depending on the coin's condition. Some auction results show these pennies going for as high as $25,000 or more. To put that into perspective, that's $19,000 for a penny you might have overlooked in your change jar or tossed aside because it seemed too ordinary. If you have one of these, it might be time to dig it out and take a closer look. Well, there you have it, the fascinating world of the 1992 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. It's a rare coin with a history that's as remarkable as its value. So, keep an eye out for those pennies in your collection, because you never know when one could make you a small fortune. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more amazing coin stories and tips. And hey, let me know in the comments if you've ever found a coin like this or if you're on the hunt for one. Until next time, happy collecting. Hey, coin enthusiasts! Welcome back to the channel. Today, I've got something really special to share with you. It's a coin that might look like just your average penny at first glance, but in reality, it could be worth a small fortune. I'm talking about the 1994 mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, valued at an incredible $21,999. Yes, you heard that right, nearly $22,000 for a penny. But why is this coin so valuable? Stick around, because I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about this remarkable find. Before we dive into the value of the 1994 Lincoln penny, let's take a quick look at what makes this coin unique. First, you'll notice the familiar design of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, featured on the obverse. On the reverse, we have the iconic Lincoln Memorial, classic symbols of American history, right? But here's the twist. While this coin looks pretty standard, it's the minting process and certain rare features that make this penny a hidden gem. The 1994 D penny was minted at the Denver Mint. Now, why is the D mint mark so important? The mint mark indicates where the coin was produced. For the 1994 Lincoln penny, the Denver Mint produced millions of these coins, so why does this particular one stand out? It's all about the rarity, the imperfections, and the condition that could set your coin apart from others. You might be thinking, how is this penny worth nearly $22,000 when there are millions of them in circulation? Well, it's all about a few key factors. First, you need to understand that not all coins are created equal. While the Denver Mint produced a high number of 1994 pennies, some were struck with subtle minting errors, and others were simply preserved in extraordinary condition, making them highly sought after by collectors. Sometimes, coins are minted with small flaws, whether it's a double die, a misaligned strike, or even small errors in the design. For example, the 1994 D penny has been found with various errors that have made certain pieces more valuable. These errors, combined with the coin's condition, could send its price skyrocketing into the thousands. Next, we're talking about the condition. For a coin to be worth thousands of dollars, it has to be in pristine condition. A high-grade 1994 D penny, for example, in grades like MS65 or higher, can fetch an impressive price. These coins have virtually no wear and retain their sharp details. Remember, collectors and investors want coins that are as close to perfect as possible. Let's compare. A regular 1994 D penny in poor condition, with scratches, discoloration, or heavy wear, would likely be worth just 1 cent, as it's not considered rare or special. However, when the coin is in excellent condition, the value skyrockets, as it's not just a penny, it's a collector's treasure. Now let's get to the juicy part, the value. The 1994 D Lincoln penny with the right combination of error and pristine condition can sell for a whopping $21,999, sometimes even more depending on the specifics. This is a great example of how small imperfections or lucky finds can drastically increase the value of a seemingly ordinary coin. And it's not just collectors who are interested in these rarities. Rare coins like the 1994 D penny can be sold at auctions for tens of thousands of dollars, where coin enthusiasts and investors are willing to pay a premium for the right piece. If you happen to find a 1994 D penny with a minting error or it's in immaculate condition, you could very well be sitting on a small fortune. Now you might be wondering how to tell if your penny is one of the rare, high-value ones. The best way to determine its value is to check its condition and look for any noticeable minting errors. If you're unsure, it's always worth having the coin graded by a professional service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. They can help you figure out if your coin is a valuable rarity. If you're looking to get your coin graded, here's a quick tip: the higher the grade, the higher the potential value. Coins graded in MS65 or better are more likely to reach higher auction prices. Coins like the 1994 D penny remind us that there's much more to coin collecting than just the face value. The rarity, the errors, the condition, these are all factors that play into determining the worth of a coin. Who would have thought that a simple penny could be worth so much, right? So, if you happen to have a 1994 D Lincoln penny tucked away in your collection, take a closer look. You might just have a hidden gem on your hands. And if you're not sure, get it professionally graded. You could be one of the lucky ones who discovers that their penny is worth far more than they ever imagined. Thanks for watching, and I hope this video gave you some valuable insight into the incredible worth of the 1994 D Lincoln penny. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss out on more exciting coin discoveries. And as always, happy hunting, coin collectors! Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. You're in for a treat today because we're diving into the world of rare pennies, and this one, the 1995 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, is worth a whole lot more than you might think. In fact, this penny could be sitting in your change jar, worth a jaw-dropping $27,000. Yes, you heard that right. $27,000. So stick around, because this is one rare coin you'll definitely want to keep your eyes on. Alright, let's jump right in. For most of us, the penny is a coin we don't think twice about. But what if I told you that some pennies, like this one from 1995, could be worth thousands of dollars? In fact, the 1995 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny has been creating a lot of buzz in the numismatic community. It's rare, and people are paying top dollar for it. So, let's break down why this coin is worth so much and how you might find one yourself. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation since 1909, but there's something particularly special about the 1995 no-mint mark version. You see, all U.S. coins typically have a mint mark to indicate where they were made, either D for Denver, P for Philadelphia, S for San Francisco, or in some cases, no mint mark at all. But here's the catch. In 1995, the U.S. Mint accidentally left off the mint mark from some of the Lincoln pennies. And those errors? They're the ones we're after. Why is this so important? Well, every year the minting process is meticulously controlled. Coins are struck at specific mints to ensure they're marked correctly. But in 1995, a small batch of pennies came out of the Philadelphia Mint without a mint mark. This wasn't a regular mistake. It was a fluke, and that's exactly what makes it so rare. A coin that was supposed to have a P mint mark was released without one. Coin collectors call these error coins, and error coins are highly sought after. Now you might be wondering, how much is this penny actually worth? Well, in its most pristine condition, aka mint state, this 1995 no mint mark penny can be worth up to $27,000. That's right, 27 grand for a single penny. The reason for this is rarity combined with collector demand. Not only was this penny produced in limited quantities, but the error is so specific that finding one in perfect condition is extremely rare. So if you have one in your collection, or even better, sitting in your change jar, you might be holding on to something that could make you a lot of money. To really understand the value, let's talk about coin grading. Coins are evaluated on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being in perfect, uncirculated condition. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Most of the 1995 no mint mark pennies that are found tend to be in lower grades, which is why they're not as valuable. However, if you happen to find one that's graded as a 65 or higher, you could be looking at a coin worth tens of thousands of dollars. Okay, so how do you know if you have one of these rare coins in your collection? Well, here's the thing. Most of the 1995 no mint mark pennies you'll find in circulation probably aren't going to be worth $27,000. But you never know. That's why it's so important to check every penny you come across, especially if it's from 1995. To identify the no mint mark error, all you have to do is look for the absence of a mint mark on the reverse side of the penny, below the 1-cent inscription. And once you've spotted it, check the overall condition of the coin. If it's still shiny and has a clear, detailed design, you might just have a hidden treasure on your hands. Now, if you do find one of these rare 1995 no mint mark pennies, what should you do? Well, first things first, don't spend it. And definitely don't give it away in a tip or at the store. If you're not familiar with coin grading, you might want to take it to a professional numismatist or a coin dealer who can evaluate it for you. They'll help you get it graded and appraised, and trust me, you don't want to miss out on the chance to get it into the hands of the right buyer. Whether you're just getting into coin collecting or you're a seasoned expert, the 1995 no mint mark Lincoln penny is one you don't want to overlook. It's a rare piece of history, and it could be worth a small fortune. So, keep your eyes peeled, check your change, and maybe, just maybe, you'll find a treasure worth thousands. Thanks for watching, folks. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss out on more valuable coin discoveries. And if you have any questions or you think you've found one of these rare pennies, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear about it. Happy hunting, and good luck with your coin collection. Hello, fellow coin collectors. Welcome back to the channel, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of rare coins and their incredible values. If you've ever thought that pennies are just pocket change, think again. Today, we're going to explore one of the most surprising and valuable pennies out there, the 1990 mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. A coin that, if you have in your collection, could be worth a jaw-dropping $31,999 or more. That's right, $31,999. You might be thinking, a penny? Really? But yes, this particular 1990 penny has a unique story behind it that's got coin enthusiasts and collectors buzzing. So, if you want to find out why this penny is so valuable and how to spot one in your own collection, stick around because you're in for a real treat. First, let's talk about the basics. The 1990 penny is part of the well-known Lincoln series. It was produced by the Denver Mint in 1996, which is where the D mint mark comes into play. But what makes this penny stand out from the millions of others that were produced that year? Coin's minting process and rarity. In 1996, the U.S. Mint struck a huge number of pennies to meet the country's demand for small change. Over 6 billion pennies were produced that year across different mints. But in the hustle and bustle of mass production, sometimes a rare error occurs, and that's where the magic happens. So, while most 1990 pennies you find are just worth their face value of 1 cent, there's a small number that have an extremely rare minting error, a double die obverse. This means that the coin's design was struck twice, causing a blurry, doubled image of Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the front. This error is what makes these pennies so valuable. If you look closely at the double die error, you'll notice the image of Lincoln's face, hair, and even his eyebrows have a slight shadow or ghosting effect. The double die is one of the most coveted types of minting errors, and it can drive a coin's value up by thousands of dollars. Why the 1990-60 penny is worth so much? So, what makes the 1990-60 penny with this error worth nearly $32,000? Well, it all comes down to rarity, demand, and collector interest. Coins with minting errors are always highly sought after because they stand out as anomalies in a sea of mass-produced pennies. Most people never notice these small details, so many of these error coins go unrecognized and untouched for years. But for savvy collectors, spotting this error can mean landing a highly valuable penny that could be worth a small fortune. Here's where it gets even more interesting. The normal 1990-60 penny in decent condition is worth just 1 cent. But when a double die error occurs, and it's identified by collectors or graders, the price can jump to as much as $31,999 or more. This makes it one of the most valuable pennies from the 1990s. How to identify a 1990-60 double die penny? Now you might be wondering, how do I know if my 1990-60 penny is one of these rare finds? Well, here are a few tips to help you identify a double die penny from the 1990-60 mint. First, take a close look at the obverse side. That's the side with Abraham Lincoln's portrait. Specifically, check the details in the hair, eyebrows, and the date. If you see any faint doubling, where the lines appear to be slightly off or shadowed, you may be looking at the rare double die error. Next, examine the wording around Lincoln's image, such as Liberty and In God We Trust. In many double die pennies, you'll see a split or shadow effect along the lettering, which is a clear indicator of the error. And if you're not sure, you can always take your coin to a professional coin grader, who will carefully examine it and provide a certification of authenticity. Coins that are properly graded and authenticated by a professional grading service, such as PCGS or NGC, will fetch the highest price. The current market and collector interest. So, why is this coin in such high demand? Well, it's all about collector interest and the penny's place in history. The 1990-60 double die penny is sought after by numismatists because it represents a fluke in the minting process, making it a rare and historic piece of American currency. Collectors know that these error coins are the ones that get passed down for generations, becoming the crown jewels of any collection. And with the increasing number of collectors entering the market, coins like this 1990-60 penny are being sold at auction for prices that continue to rise. The $31,999 price we're seeing today could very well go even higher in the future. To sum it up, if you have a 1990-60 penny in your collection, it could be worth a lot more than you think, $31,999 to be exact. But it all depends on whether your penny has that rare double die error. Always keep an eye out for that subtle doubling, because it could mean a huge payday. So, next time you're flipping through your penny jar, make sure to check for this rare gem. And as always, remember to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell, so you never miss out on more valuable coin tips and hidden treasures. If you like this video, drop a comment below and let us know if you've ever found a rare coin that turned out to be worth a small fortune. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting, everyone! See you in the next video. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you love coins, treasure hunting, and learning about the fascinating world of rare currency, then you've come to the right place. Today, we have something super interesting to dive into, a coin that you might not think twice about at first glance, but it actually holds a surprising value in today's market. We're talking about the 2020 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. Yes, this seemingly ordinary penny could be worth a lot more than you think, with a market value of $999. But how? And why is this coin so valuable? Stick around because we're about to break it all down. First, let's talk about the Lincoln penny in general. Since it was first minted in 1909, the penny has been one of the most iconic coins in American currency. We've seen tons of different designs, from the classic wheat ears reverse to the more modern shield reverse that you're familiar with today. But in 2020, something interesting happened that got collectors' attention. In 2020, the United States Mint produced a no-mint mark penny. Now, this is significant because most coins minted by the U.S. Mint feature either a D for Denver or a P for Philadelphia mint mark. But the 2020 penny, in particular, was supposed to be issued with a mint mark, yet some of these coins ended up being made without one. This rare mistake wasn't intentional, but it's exactly what's driving the value of the 2020 no-mint mark Lincoln penny through the roof. What makes the coin valuable? So, why is a simple penny from 2020 worth nearly $1,000? It all comes down to rarity and the error that occurred during its production. Now, normally when you think of a coin error, you probably think of big mistakes, like a coin that was struck on the wrong planchet, or maybe one with double strikes. But for this 2020 penny, the error is a little more subtle. The fact that the coin was produced without a mint mark makes it special. You see, the U.S. Mint issues these coins in large quantities, but only a small number of these 2020 pennies have surfaced without any mint mark, making them quite rare. When it comes to collecting, rarity is key. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for any coin that stands out. And when you combine the no mint mark error with the fact that it's a 2020 penny, which means it's relatively recent and still in circulation, you have a perfect storm of value. Now, before we get too excited about running out to search for a 2020 no-mint mark penny, let's talk about condition. The value of coins is heavily impacted by their grade, or in simpler terms, how good of condition it's in. A penny with a mint mark error might not be worth much if it's all scratched up or worn down from years of being in someone's pocket. The more pristine the penny is, the higher the value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70. With 70 being the perfect mint state. So, if you have a 2020 no-mint mark penny in excellent condition, say an MS-65 or better, the value can skyrocket. Some of these well-preserved coins have been sold at auction for around $999 or even higher. So you can see, it's not just the error that makes these pennies valuable, it's also their condition. So how can you spot one of these rare 2020 no-mint mark pennies? It's simple, really. First, you'll need to look for the date, obviously. The second thing is the absence of a mint mark. If you look on the reverse side, just below the word E pluribus unum, you'll usually see either a D or a P. If that's missing, you've got yourself a rare find. Remember, these coins are pretty easy to find because they're from 2020. But the no mint mark error is what makes them unique. If you come across one in your spare change, give it a good look before tossing it aside. Where to sell it? Now, let's say you find a 2020 no-mint mark penny in great condition. What should you do with it? Well, selling it might be your best option, especially if you want to cash in on that $999 value. You can try online marketplaces like eBay, or check with coin dealers who specialize in rare finds. Keep in mind, the condition, rarity, and demand for the coin can all affect the final price. If you're unsure, consider getting it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. That'll give you a more accurate idea of its market value. Who would have thought that a 2020 penny, something that you could easily find in your pocket, could be worth almost $1,000? The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and this is just one example of how the right mistake can lead to big money. If you happen to come across one of these rare 2020 no-mint mark pennies, make sure to hold on to it. It could be worth more than you ever imagined. Thanks so much for watching today's video. If you learned something new or are now on the lookout for rare pennies, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more coin collecting tips and tricks. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep on hunting those treasures. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins. Today, we're diving into one of the most intriguing coins in modern American numismatics, the 2003 D Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might think, it's just a penny, right? But hold on to your hats, because this little coin could be worth an astonishing $1,999. That's right, folks, $1,999 for a coin that's often found in your loose change jar. In this video, we're going to explore what makes the 2003 D Lincoln penny so special, why it's worth a pretty penny, and how you can spot one in your collection. So let's get started with the basics. The Lincoln cent, introduced in 1909, is one of the most iconic coins in American history. Over the years, the design has evolved, but one thing that hasn't changed is its popularity among collectors. The 2003 D Lincoln penny is part of the iconic Memorial series, which was minted from 1959 to 2008. These pennies feature the famous image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. It's a design that has stood the test of time and remains beloved by collectors. But in 2003, something interesting happened. What makes the 2003 D penny so special? Now, let's talk about the D Mint mark on the 2003 penny. The D stands for the Denver Mint, which is one of the U.S. Mint's facilities responsible for producing coins. While most pennies minted in 2003 have the standard design, certain ones with unique characteristics stand out in the coin collecting community. So what's the deal with this 2003 D penny being worth almost $2,000? It's all about a rare error that has made some of these coins incredibly valuable. To be specific, we're talking about the double die variety. A double die error occurs when the coin is struck twice by the die, which causes a slight misalignment of the design elements, creating a double impression. This makes certain features of the coin appear extra bold or doubled. How to identify the valuable 2003 D penny, you might be thinking. How do I know if I have one of these rare double die pennies? Great question. Here's what you need to look for. Look at Lincoln's portrait. Check the details of Abraham Lincoln's face. If you notice a double image of his features, like his cheek or nose, then you might be holding one of these rare coins. Inspect the date. The 2003 date is often where you'll find the most noticeable doubling. Look closely at the number 2 and 0, as this is a typical area where the error is visible. Examine the lettering, the Liberty inscription on the obverse, and the "In God We Trust" motto are also places where doubling can appear. If the lettering looks unusually bold or doubled, then you've found something valuable. Why is this error so valuable? Now you might wonder why a minor error like this can skyrocket a penny's value to nearly $2,000. The rarity of this double die variety is what makes it so sought after. Error coins are prized by collectors because they're unique, something that can't be replicated. Not only is this particular coin an anomaly, but it's also part of a historical and widely collected series, which makes it even more desirable. The 2003 D Lincoln penny with the double die error is a relatively rare find. Most pennies from that year don't have this flaw, and even fewer survive in mint condition. The fact that you could potentially find one of these in your own pocket change is what makes the search so exciting. The market for the 2003 D Lincoln penny. So, how much is this penny actually worth? In top condition, especially one that shows a clear double die error, these 2003 D pennies can fetch around $1,999 or even more at auction. But be aware, not every 2003 D penny with slight doubling is worth that much. The key is to have a coin with clear, bold, and obvious error features, and it must be in good shape. Collectors and dealers alike are constantly on the lookout for these types of rare coins. So if you happen to find one in your change, you could be sitting on a small fortune. But remember, not all error coins are created equal. The condition of the coin, the quality of the doubling, and even how the error occurred all factor into its value. Where to sell and how to authenticate. Now that you know what to look for, you might be wondering, where do I sell my 2003 D penny if I find one? First off, congratulations. You can sell your rare penny through trusted coin dealers, online auction platforms like eBay, or even specialized coin forums. But before you rush to sell, it's a good idea to get your penny authenticated. Having a professional coin grader verify the error and the coin's authenticity can significantly increase its value. So, there you have it. The 2003 Lincoln 1-cent penny might seem like just another common penny, but with the right error, it can turn into a goldmine for collectors. If you've got a 2003 penny lying around, now's the time to take a close look and see if you've got something worth thousands of dollars. Remember, the world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and with a little knowledge and a keen eye, you could discover the next big find. So keep hunting, keep collecting, and who knows, you might just stumble upon your own treasure. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and leave a comment down below letting me know if you found any rare coins in your change. And as always, don't forget to subscribe for more amazing content on valuable coins. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting!